Okay, I'm going to go ahead and address a couple of comments I received on a couple of different videos a while ago. First up, a user commenting on a video in which I address Lewis's Law, the eponymous law of English journalist Helen Lewis. Username The Sling of David Channel by Rich. Okay, here's what this individual had to say. What I see with feminism is that it is not framed as an ideology, but an identity of a woman, and any person who identifies as a woman. So when you say anything to question it, it gets spun to be an attack against women, and thus feminism is justified because it shows that feminism is valid in that society hates women, and so on. Any group can use Lewis's law if the group personalise it as a protector of victims who all share a common identity. What is needed is an actual technique to counter it, rather than saying it exists, because it is a victim card technique that is used. End quote. Well, how you go about countering irrational statements or absurd assertions is by pointing out the absurdity. It's pretty straightforward. You point out the lack of reason. You use common sense. It's really popular to attack feminism at the moment, and individuals who are held up to be the representatives of all that is feminism. Yeah. And the truth is, of course, there are plenty of intelligent, well-spoken feminists who are not locked into a victim mentality, who don't hate men in spite of what some believe. Yeah. It's worth pointing out, not everyone who identifies with an ism is necessarily reading from the same script. Not everyone's reading from the same page book or following the same worldview. Some feminists are more reasonable than others. Some aren't reasonable at all. Feminism is not one solid monolithic block. It's not the cult of woman, all thinking and acting the same. Yeah, reality doesn't work like that. And yes, actually feminism can be framed in an ideological way. Yeah, and there are different feminist ideological models. Anyway, yeah, the other comment was on a video in which I addressed the wisdom of one Jeremy Limn, and this user is called Insomnia Sydney, and she said, "Does mocking him feel good? Get off your high horse. You don't like his beliefs? Ignore them and don't make a YouTube video about things he's said. He's a good person and doesn't need this." End quote. I like that this person, this user, has taken it upon herself to tell me what Jeremy doesn't need. So, in that sense, she speaks for him, or presumes to do so. Yeah. As I see it, I'm not on my high horse. I do like the metaphor though. But hey, you're entitled to your opinion, Sydney, as I am entitled to mine. And if you don't like what I say, you are welcome to, give me some feedback, which you did anyway, which is fair enough. You tell me to ignore his beliefs and don't make a YouTube video, but I did make a video, didn't I? Yeah, that shit's done. that boat has sailed. Criticism of questionable beliefs is entirely acceptable behaviour as far as I'm concerned. You know, this is YouTube. You find this objectionable, that's your issue to deal with, I would suggest. Okay, on that note, I shall tip my imaginary hat to you, the viewer, and wish you a fair and pleasant day.